Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Would you please give a warm welcome to the hosts of the SWA Happy Hour, Dom and Chris. Hey, I'm back. Dom will be with us in a second. Let's see. 8 of you have found your way to us. Welcome. I think maybe we used a word that got us booted. I don't know. That's my suspicion. We'll get feedback. And hi, everybody. Yeah, we were having the best time. And, there's always somebody that gotta ruin it. Lori, I blame you. Had we not played that video, maybe the conversation wouldn't have gone that way. Maybe we don't get booted. I don't know. We'll see. Hey, Val Kilmer, how you doing? Now, damn it, I blame Lori for that too. Kimber. She made me do that because she keeps saying Kilmer. Damn you, Lori. Yeah, I mean, that should have been a violation for playing that video. And don't use the word that we were using to describe that video, because I think that's what got us nailed. That's my theory. Now, I could reach into my desk and pull out a weapon, and then I know we'd get booted again. But yeah, well, sometimes the magic works and sometimes it does not. But yeah, it's Lori. Damn you. Yeah, so Lori, that was an idea that I wasn't going to do it. My instinct was right. Screw Dennis DeYoung, but I acquiesced, and that did not work out well for us. So, yeah, exactly. Yeah, the thought police. You'll get an email, and they'll tell us why. Well, again, Lori's she's been booted a couple times, so she knows this drill. That was our first ever in 2 years, over 2 years of doing this. So, yeah, free speech is not a thing on YouTube, and we shouldn't pretend that it is. They got their rules. So I'm texting Dom right now and saying, hey, new stream, bro. He's up getting a drink and a smoke, I'm guessing. So, there he is. Damn it.
Hey now.
And we're back.
What the F? See what happens when you put my name back on the show, Chris?
Yeah.
I warned you.
It's been exciting, I mean.
I think I'm going out tomorrow and I'm going to get a teardrop tattoo. Since this is the first time I've been taken down off the air.
Right. That's right.
We got street cred now with bad boys.
Yeah. Bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? All right. Well, that's all right, Lori. I've got, like I was telling Dom, I can pay you back tomorrow. I'll just reach under my desk.
That was. Did anyone hear me saying that? I don't know if we were shut down at that point, but I was like, I hope he finds out. I want them to know we're all here laughing about his stupid song, and
yeah, that was. I think who was that posted that, because that was pretty good. Yes, this is the most anybody's talked about Dennis DeYoung in years.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
No one is playing that damn song.
Yeah, and we won't in the future either. It brings out bad reactions in people. Really,
it was like we all degenerated into savages. I would have loved it if David was here. He probably would have gotten in on it too.
Yeah, absolutely.
He'd be kicking them.
No, I'm not sure what you're talking about, but
no, that's
No, are you talking about Lori's drawer? I've never seen inside Lori's drawer. She teases us with it, but
just snacks in there.
Yeah, well, it depends on which drawer.
A little late night piece of chocolate. My wife comes home every night after shopping and goes, "Man, I wish I had a piece of chocolate." I'm like, "You were just at the store." I know.
That was what I had to. My wife is addicted to. They're like Kit Kats, but they're not Kit Kats. What's the other one that's like
Twix.
Twix, thank you. Yeah, it's Twix
You
bars.
got your right Twix, you got your left Twix.
Yeah, so I have to buy her big Twix bars every couple days.
I get a hankering for Reese's peanut butter cups. And what are they? The Goldstein's peanut chews? They're like made like 1930.
I got nothing.
They're really yummy.
No, I'm not a chocolatey snack guy. M&M's are good, I guess. I don't know. I'm just not a candy guy. Every year I get a little bit of Halloween and
Why draw such a hard line? You could eat chocolate once in a while and not be a candy person, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. I eat chocolate every once in a while and go, I don't like chocolate that much. So.
I like like a 2 p.m. piece of candy. I do. A little quick sugar rush before the slide out of the office. I get my my wife like this real fancy jar of turtles. Like every year she loves them. And they're wonderful. We got these ones, they were huge, man. They had they were individually, they had like a protective layer between each one. It's really good stuff. Yeah. Peanut chews, yeah. I friggin' love peanut chews.
Okay. I probably would like those. Now, the only candy bars I ever get are Paydays, which are they're crusted.
Yeah, it's all peanuts, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mr. B got me eating those again. He did it like a whole week one time, and he had like the king size Paydays. It was like,
nice. Hey, Les, how you doing?
What's going on, Les?
You realize you're hanging out with YouTube criminals now.
Yeah, we are outlaws.
Booted and scooted. Yeah, going back and I wonder if they kill the whole streamer just up until when we did whatever we did to get us booted.
I have no idea.
We'll have to see. But yeah, we're regaining our audience slowly.
I couldn't find a better reason to have the show totally taken down for. I think it was phenomenal.
Look at the sweet puddums. Who's going to give me a 24-hour penalty? They realized that it was nothing malicious. Plus, they realized it was probably Dom. So it's like,
I had nothing to do with any of it. I would just like to make that perfectly clear.
Yeah, I think we just said something that they got their little algorithm that you can't say that. So
which really bugs me because a word in itself is not offensive, and I would say we did more in that discussion to prove the difference between the two things than anything else. Because it was that word.
Yeah, that video was.
It's like it's now Voldemort.
Was the very definition of that word.
Yeah,
as people understand that word, not the lifestyle.
I don't know, Lori. It seemed really strange to just. You never know because we were really into it.
Well, again, it could be that
I guess
artist
we'll find out.
Shall never be renamed. Maybe he's like a real douche, and you know.
You think? You think someone who could write that song is a real douche?
It's a possibility. It's not a zero possibility. So yes.
It's like who's that guy from the Brat Pack? Oh, Andrew McCarthy, right? And he made this whole documentary about all the negative things that happen for being part of the Brat Pack, and none of the other people who were actually in it, like Molly Ringwald, would agree to come an interview with him, except for like Emilio Estevez. He was like, "Man, you gotta just let it go." You know? That's what the person who wrote that song must be like. He just can't let it go.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's right. It was the word Dennis that got us shut down.
I'm going to be very interested to see what it says.
Yeah, we'll
tomorrow.
find out. We'll get the
And we will
email
surely let you know.
and we will know. But yeah, if it was the video, then that's all on Lori.
Here's what I think we need to do then. If it is true, we need to coordinate everyone's channel to all go live and play the video at the exact same time and just short out YouTube.
Yeah,
we'll
take
go
down
we'll
this
go
much of-
far-reaching communities. We're all playing Desert Moon at precisely midnight.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You'll be fine.
Thanks. As long as
There we go.
Now we
Here,
know.
see, Doc, check for friends. And they'll all go vomit. Yeah, fair enough.
I could see
right.
that.
Yeah, find out tomorrow. Maybe. Oh, good job, guys. Well, I think maybe we were gonna play our new video, but why
I think we're gonna play
twice in
another
one
Dennis
night?
DeYoung song.
I think we'll just not play that one.
All right, let's play Hotel California.
Yeah, let's ramp up some Eagles, or unless you have some Metallica that we can play, because that'll be great.
Too much.
Yeah, well, they should take it down for good. I mean, the fact that there is a link that exists and you can see that thing is a crime against humanity.
Well, I could see that video being part of like some anthropological study like 100 years from now.
Yeah, exactly.
This is what those,
That's interesting.
before they blew themselves all up, this is what they were like.
This is what they were doing. And then they mercy killed themselves. That's interesting, Val. I love the Outfield. They had basically that one album. That was a great album.
Good night, Justine. Thanks for hanging.
All right, great having you, Justine. Be well. See you around. See you on G-Mays Saturday, maybe.
I know the Outfield. I can't really place him though. It's very produced, right? It was very.
Yeah, it was very 80s. That poppy produced. Yeah.
Very bright.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, I think you're right, Val. I used to sing along with that record all the time. So yeah, I think you're probably right. Oh, I'm glad you're dying because you know what? Our last show, they have that in common.
Yeah. Next week, special guest. Oh, damn, I forgot his name. Dwight. Next week we'll have Dwight.
Yeah, we'll have Dwight Bailey, and he'll show us some of his collectibles. Again, poor guy. I will defend Dwight all day long because I watch firearm videos on YouTube all the time, and that's fine. And I don't know what the distinction is you can have bubbas out there loading up and shooting at deer or targets or whatever, and that's just fine, but you can't on a live show say, here is my weapon.
And I don't know, I found more horrifying, that didn't bother me. It's when he shows his guitar collection and he has the exact Ace Frehley Les Paul with the 3 pickups, and it's the perfect. I'm like, oh, now that hurts.
That hurts.
That hurts me,
Exactly. No, there's a couple guitars. He's like, oh, bro. Yep. I'll
Yeah,
tell you
Dwight.
what.
Yeah,
He ever comes on with a kick-ass Firebird.
yeah, I hear
Or
someone sent Dwight on her. It was a planned attack.
yeah. Yeah, there you go. Bang, my channel shut down. That's right.
Yeah, and you were gone for like a while, Lori, right?
Yeah, no, she got a 24-hour. You're done. We had to come on this channel and try and salvage the show there. That was that was an interesting night because we had no idea. We didn't know what had happened,
Yeah.
and it was
Yeah,
only
clearly when Paul Volt, when Dwight was showing all those guitars, and then he has some beautiful, I mean,
oh
fucking nice guitars. Clearly, someone in his family is doing really well.
yeah, maybe Dwight, maybe his folks, who knows? But yeah, he's got a nice collection.
No, it's got to be right because he did a video one time, and he said he was in his mom's garage, and there were like 12 cars in there.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah.
Well, that is your sonic power just blew through.
That's it. You matrix the drumhead.
Yeah, that's it. That is
How much does a bass drum head cost these days?
well, they ain't cheap. I think he was probably on a tom though, the bottom head of a tom. It's still, the last time I bought them for my kid, I think the bass heads were $50-$60, something like that. They ain't cheap.
Silver Surfer. Oh, that's a good Silver Surfer Jackson.
Yeah, and he's got some good ones.
One. Those beautiful guitars. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like Joe Bonamassa would probably offer him money for some of the guitars he has. And Joe Bonamassa has he has everything.
everything. Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out whose cat.
I don't know.
I don't know. Somebody's cat. My cats were terrors tonight. I don't know what amp their Cheerios, but both of them, even the big one, they're ripping ass through the house like they're on kitty amphetamines. I don't know what got them. I mean, they're ripping up and down the stairs like, fellas, just chill the hell out. Yeah, we have not had younger cats for a long time, and so they're a bit of a handful.
How many guitars do you have, Dogpaw? Is there a guitar that is just good enough? Because I've had several that I'm like, oh man, I love this guitar. And then one day I go, oh, I must have it. I must possess it.
Yeah, that's only been me. Just when I've played some, they're like, "Oh, this one's got to come home with me." But again, I've got I don't have a lot of guitars, but enough because they're different and they play differently and they have different sounds, and so they're different tools for different jobs.
I've never bought a guitar for that reason. I've bought guitars because I drooled. Like I just, that's the reason. That's why I want it, because it's beautiful. I want it.
Yeah, that's fine. I've never. I like aesthetic. Don't get me wrong, but that's never been the reason I bought a guitar. I've seen guitars and I went, "Ooh, I like the looks of that a lot," and then I play it and went, "Oh yeah, gotta have this one." And there's been a lot of others that have like, "Oh, this is so beautiful," and I play it and go, not for me.
That's why Dogpaw. That's why the Rolling Stones put it in a song. So yes, there's a lot of difference between want and need.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that's the thing. I've got a couple now guitars with humbuckers in them. And I've got a couple with, just the straight single coils and, Telestrat. So variety there. Got a semi-acoustic or a hollow body. So, got some tonal variety. So I can do different things. And a couple different acoustics.
No, I see guitars. No, I do. I see them as things of beauty.
Well, and they are.
Whether you can play them or not, luckily I can still play. But if I couldn't play, there's three of them. Even my wife said, let's hang them up in the family room. I would like to sell them before I die.
Yeah.
Because my wife will get ripped off,
Well,
I know
you
she
just
will.
need to make the call and just unload them. There's no reason not to do it other than you just haven't put your mind to it.
One day.
Yeah, well, fair enough.
It's not killing me right now, so if any are good, they'll just be even better.
Yeah.
When I am ready. Never had an acoustic like the one I have now, though.
Yeah.
I really
That
like
thing
the
is
guitar.
dead sexy. Yeah, it sounds so good.
Yeah, it feels good. Plays. Oof. Plays
Well,
really.
that's the
plays
thing.
super sweet.
You didn't buy it for its looks. You liked the looks, but you bought
That's
it
what
because...
first called to me. Definitely,
Okay.
definitely the way a guitar looks is what speaks to me first. It's just like meeting a woman. And then, you start finding out everything else you love about it. So.
Okay, yeah. Fair. Shaped
Like I
a woman.
always said, I wish I was in a position where I can buy like a really old Mustang body and then have someone build a complete modern car inside of it, to have a good air conditioner, a good stereo, and
retro mod.
as long as it looked that way, I'd be cool with it, So like when I saw this guitar, it was like, man, that looks like it's supposed to be a really old guitar,
Yeah.
And that was the first thing I liked about it.
No, I got you.
Hamer is what Glenn Tipton always plays, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he was a Hamer guy. Those were good guitars back in the day. Most of them were. So yeah, what are you drinking tonight?
A Corona. I kind of like a grapefruit highball.
Okay, interesting.
So whiskey, seltzer, and grapefruit juice.
Okay.
I'll
Kind of
tell you,
whiskey.
it's two names. Damn, I can't remember now. It's upstairs. It was
Elijah Craig.
No, it's not Elijah. It's like
Daniel Craig.
Don't make. When next time I go to the bathroom, I'll look. But I know my wife got it for me. It was single batch, so it's a numbered bottle.
Okay.
It's good.
That's cool. Yeah,
After that, then I'm getting scary. So after that is gone, and then I have like a half a bottle of Breckenridge, which Breckenridge is really good.
Yeah.
And
I
then
haven't had it for a
I
while.
only have my big bottle of Johnny Walker Blue, and I can't just drink that.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
I'm not that. I have to go find. I have to find a daily drinker. I can't be drinking like.
Yeah.
Whiskey. Whiskey has its price points.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Generally, your medium whiskey is like $40, $40
Yeah.
to $50. So if I'm drinking
35
it,
to 55 is kind of that sweet zone.
yeah. If I'm drinking like a mixed drink, there's no reason I need to be pouring that into it. So maybe I'll go get some like white label or something.
Yeah, that's a 25
Doers. Yeah, yeah.
30. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
And save the good whiskeys for sipping.
Yeah, well, that's what I do. I basically just sip. So, I kind of stick in that one range, and I probably, but I have noticed that because my newly acquired balance condition, I kind of walk around like I'm drunk all the time anyway. So, I'm not drinking very much. The card I got from the MG Foundation actually says,
Oh, you would tell me, yeah.
yeah, the bearer of this card is not intoxicated. He has a condition that mimics that. It can cause slurred speech.
So what you should do is get really hammered and go driving on the freeway and see how good the thing works.
Yeah, I bet. Well,
The cop would be like,
they can still smell it and go, yeah. Nice try. Anyway.
That's true, Lori. Maybe a good shot will fix them up lickety splits.
Yeah, maybe. Well, we'll find out tomorrow. I'll have a little bit tomorrow. Yeah, I like guitars with good sounding paint. Yeah, there you go. Tone paint makes all the difference. Yeah, God. It's so funny to get all the case sniffers on the internet. Like, well, this tone wouldn't. Like, shut up. That's just.
You can't really judge, a guitar's tone when it's being broadcast, You can judge the broadcasting system that's sending it.
Yeah.
You can only judge an acoustic guitar really when you're sitting across from the guy playing it.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, my guitar, it sounds very beautiful. It does sound equally good acoustic, but that's really the only way to say if an acoustic guitar sounds good. You can have a shitty acoustic guitar with great electronics and it's going to sound excellent,
Yeah. Yeah, as long as if it's reasonably well built and, plays in tune, it's going to be pretty good. And then you just go from there. I did watch a really interesting thing on YouTube, and this guy's he said, I bought pedals and amps and I did all these things. And he said, I finally figured it out. None of that shit matters. What matters is the microphone that you're putting in front to capture the signal. And he went through this whole scientific thing. And I'm like, damn, bro, he was very scientific in his approach to it, and is like, okay, you know what? Good call. I mean, amp tone is amp tone, but it doesn't mean anything if you don't capture it. And that was kind of his whole thesis there. And it was kind of
Thank you, Not Visible. Thank you.
Hey, good to see you, Not Visible. Thank you, sir.
Everyone's loving my new guitar.
Well, what's not to love?
I've definitely been playing a lot of late.
Well, that's the thing. If you get a guitar that you love playing, man, winning.
And there was like two things at one time is so I got the guitar, so I've been playing a lot, and then I wanted to do one of my covers, or not one of my own songs, but I needed a looper to do it right, and I finally I had a looper, and I sat down and I played with it, and I got it to be able to do my song, and oh my God, it's like a completely different world when you can, so I've just been, coming down and just hitting, making a loop and just trying to solo over it. And I've been having so much fun because it's not something I do much anymore. So that's been really fun.
No, it's good stuff. Anything that gets you playing is good. I was having the best time with that semi-acoustic. The body that I got, because it was just so different from all my other guitars, but I love the neck. It felt just amazing. I just played the shit out of that thing for 2 months there.
I will say this, Povo. I mean, I have a Taylor. I have 2 Taylors and 2 Martins now. And I will say that a name is not indicative of a good product, but Taylor and Martin are phenomenal fucking guitars. They're phenomenal acoustic guitars, and you can never go wrong getting one. And sometimes, there's nothing wrong if the name evokes a feeling in you that makes you like it more. That's what it's supposed to do. So there's nothing wrong with that. There's probably people who don't like them just because they're more expensive than a lot of other guitars. And they're more expensive for a reason,
Yeah,
They're good.
Yeah, Martin, you're buying well over 100 years of manufacturing experience.
Yeah, I will say this though. I'll make this public. So for a while, I was only playing. I have a very old Taylor 410 CE, which I got. It's probably like 30 years old. And then I bought a Martin D15, the mahogany one. Both great guitars, vastly different, vastly different in the way they sound. And through always playing both guitars, I finally came to the realization that a Martin feels I'm more comfortable with a Martin, like a Taylor is maybe not who I feel I am. Like, you know what I mean? So when I found this Martin that was made more like a modern kind of Taylor, I was like, it's like the best of both worlds. So I would say Martin over Taylor at this point.
Yeah, I get that. I have not played enough Martins to have a strong opinion about them. Played enough Taylors to know that they're good. But I find myself gravitating. I love Yamaha acoustics, and I love the Gibson / some of the Epiphone, like the Hummingbirds, and those sound great to me. They feel right to me.
A Hummingbird, I mean, they're great. That's just a real bad guitar to play sitting down. It's so fucking big, man.
It's big.
It really is jumbo.
Yeah, it puts the jumbo in jumbo.
Yeah,
It is a big
really
guitar. But I love the feel of the neck, and I like the sound of it a lot.
Yeah.
And that was interesting when I A/B'd the Epiphone version to the Gibson one up there in Montana. I strongly preferred the Epiphone. I felt it sounded a little bit better. It felt to me way better, and the difference in the price was substantial. So, I would have, not that I was going to buy the Epiphone, but I would have bought, A to B, I would have bought the Epiphone.
Yeah, that's so. Where's what Hugh said? That's
We're
you going to the same one. Very true. But here's the difference: is because and 100%. Boutique builders are way better. And you want to talk about expensive guitars, go to something that's made specifically to your recommendations. So they're way out of almost everyone's range except real professionals.
Yeah.
But there's something about them, it's like, yeah, they build Bugattis by order, by hand. Yeah, it's going to be a better car. Like they're putting everything into every single one. In mass-produced guitars, even high-end ones, they put all the thought into the, design of it. And once they achieve what they want, then even though they're still building a lot of it by hand, then they're just running them out, So there's going to be a difference there.
Yeah.
But in the end, it's not what they put into building it. It's what the person gets who's playing it that defines the price of a guitar.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I was, I'm supposed to go in June to go meet Michael, and I'm going to play at a live show with him in New Jersey. And I was already like, it's at a brewery. And I was like, oh, I ain't bringing my good guitar. I ain't bringing my new
No.
guitar, man.
Nope.
I'm not going to get drunk and like forget about it or something. Although Maria will be there, so I'm sure she'll watch my shit for me. But
Yeah, but
yeah,
still.
that was like I haven't had that thought in the longest time. Like, what guitar do I bring out when I'm to go play?
Yeah.
I haven't had to think.
That's definitely a thought. No, I would not bring you New Martin to that.
No.
No effing way.
No.
Nope, nope, nope.
Just for the stress of I don't want to have to. I want to have fun. If I'm going to go out, I want to have fun. I don't have to like be in perfect line of sight with my guitar case the whole night.
Yeah. Yeah, good thought. No, I know. How much is the Uber?
No, I'm gonna go like for not the whole weekend, but I got permission. I asked my wife. She's like, "Go have fun." So I told Michael like he's gonna find me like a nearby hotel, and I'm just gonna drive up, and then the night before, so we'll go out for dinner.
There you go.
Alembic basses. Oh yeah.
Those were back in the 80s when I was really getting into
Oh yeah.
Those were the shit. And they were
John
nowhere
Entwistle
near that
played
price
mine,
back then, but they were pricey.
Although I must say my favorite bass, the thing that the picture I see in my head when someone says bass guitar is a Rickenbacker. Oh, there's never been a prettier bass than a Rick. Oh, I love them. Love them.
Never liked them. Just don't like the way they sound. Don't like the way they feel. They're great basses.
I'm only looking
not
at
for
them.
me.
I'm looking at them. I
Yeah,
look
see,
at it like that looks like a fucking good bass, man.
For me, I always thought the P bass aesthetics were a lot better than the Rickenbackers, just from a visual. And of course, I love my Gibsons. I think for just sex appeal, nothing better than a Thunderbird bass.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Yeah, love my Thunderbird.
What would be your favorite guitar shape?
I really like that Firebird Thunderbird shape a lot. Now I also like the Explorer shape a lot.
Yeah, well, I was going to say
bass.
Explorer, and they're very close to the whole series. I had a bunch of different trapezoidal type of guitars.
Yeah.
I really like Explorers are really good. My
They had a
Washburn,
good balance, and
my Washburn kind of has like an Explorer type of body. The Washburn 810, I think it's called.
yeah, there's not a lot that I don't like. I mean, I love my Telly shape. I love my Strat shape. I mean, they're classics.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do like the Explorer shape. That would be I would get an Explorer in a heartbeat if I found a good one.
Yeah. Pole vault, was it like someone's guitar, or was it just like a really old mint one?
Yeah, that's a lot of scratch.
No, I mean, guitars are collectibles.
300,000 though. I would think it would have a little provenance at that price. Somebody owned it that was, made it.
Or, I mean, it does, as long as it's really old and held up well, then the guitar, for the real collector, it's more about the guitar than the people who have played it. I believe they're looking for specific years and models, kind of
I
like
think
people
that,
when
yeah,
they're
a
buying
lot of
wine.
truth to that. And then, but if somebody cool owned it, that adds just that much more.
For us, I think for the average buyer, we would be, ooh, really? He played that,
Yeah, maybe.
I don't think for the real collector.
Yeah, no, I know you love your Jazzmaster. Well, Coldy has a Jazzmaster too, right? Or is his a Jaguar? Coldy's here in the chat.
Yeah, I
But
thought
he
it was
plays that one a
Jaguar.
lot.
They're very similar. A lot of switches.
Yeah. Yeah, 335s are very cool. I love the feel of the neck on a 335.
Guitar porn.
Yeah, this totally is turning into guitar porn. Well, I mean, we talked about other things. We got our ass shut down.
Yeah, exactly. Let's stay in safe territory.
Stay safe.
They're like, get back where you belong, boys.
Stay in your lane.
Don't you have a sandwich you need to eat?
The Martin dude owned it.
It was
Someone
on
in the
the
Martin family, or
meaning the
CF
guy
Martin?
who owned the $300,000 Martin also owned.
was it Martin?
I'm very confused. It's a very convoluted story.
Okay, so yours is a Jazzmaster. Okay.
Jazz. Okay. What is the difference really between the two? They almost aren't. I don't know
Very
well
similar
enough.
bodies. I think the
Right.
electronics are a little different, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, so that's.
Do you
what I
know
thought.
what all the switches do? Because I've played a not the
There we go.
Jazzmaster, the other one we just said, and I could not. Same reason why I gave up with a Strat. Too many dials in that select a switch. I was like, what sounds better? What sounds better? And never played. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah, no, I do get that a little bit.
It's the one thing I always liked about, a dual humbucker. You just turn everything all the way up and
I
you
got
play.
2 settings on my Strat that I like, and I don't go to the
Yeah.
other ones, so I get it. So there's your answer, though.
Big
soap dish
soap
pick.
dish pickups.
And here.
Short scale.
Okay. There you go. Yeah, very different. I knew the electronics were very different on them. I thought the body was similar, but again, I'm not.
Yeah, I mean,
That's-
we're just quick looking people, right?
Yeah,
We're not
yeah,
gonna
I
pick
haven't
out all
had
the
a lot of
nuances.
experience with them. So
Although I will say one guitar I never liked in all my guitar playing years, I now wish I had is a Telecaster. Because it's a very unique guitar having only one single coil pickup, and what an iconic look to it.
yeah,
you know?
I love my Telly. Well, I've had 2 over the years, but the one, to your point, it had coil tap pickups and all kinds of stuff, and that Telly was a pain in the ass to play because it gave me too many choices, and I got to the point where I just wasn't choosing to play it.
Would you say that? Would you agree that was it Born to Run, the album where Bruce Springsteen was holding, the wood grain one, the honey, whatever. That's like the iconic Telecaster, or is there something more iconic?
It's up there. I mean, that was an early 50s one that he played and still plays. It's up there. There was a lot of 60s Telecasters that were very cool too. People don't realize that some of the Zeppelin stuff, that's what Page was using. He was using a fucking Telecaster.
Yeah.
And you think of him as a Les Paul guy, but that's not what he cut. A lot of
Yeah.
the songs on the first album are done with a Telly.
Well,
And it was
that's
a
like
weird
that's
Paisley Telly too.
that's the cool thing with guitars and with cars is that if you notice, they'll make a batch of guitars in multiple different types of colors and finishes, but very fast, 1 or 2 of them soar in demand and the others kind of lag behind. And I don't specifically think it's because it's like a specific color, it's that there are just certain guitars that look better like certain ways. And when you see when the finisher on the guitar compared, with the color of the knobs and the pickups, and it just makes, that's why it is, to me, it is like a piece of art, because you can put something different on a guitar and it will just look completely different. It's how it all comes together in the end.
Yeah, exactly. Well, see, here's our. We often accuse these guys of being guitar nerds because they are, but it's cool. But there you go, Tele Deluxe with humbuckers.
The first cassette, really?
All right.
Okay, that's right. Yeah, I know the Les Paul Custom. I would not say I am like, I love guitars. But I would say I know nothing about them really. So
I like some of the technical aspects of them. I'm not, a whiz at it, but I know a little bit and what makes things cool, I think. There was a guy here that owned a music store that I used to buy a lot from back in the day, and he had the serial number 003 of the Fender Broadcaster. And it was the butterscotch, and and he had it in display in his store. What a cool guitar!
So I want clarification. So if you cut your hair, that's narcissism, and a guitar with this stain is narcissistic.
Yeah, I mean, Dog Polly's giving me too many rules tonight, and I'm just.
It's like my head's just gonna explode.
Yeah,
oh my! Can you imagine what it's like? Your sentence, Chris Lane. You will spend the next 24 hours as the dog paw. No,
Man,
I don't want to have that much on my mind.
Yeah, too many. Too much stuff going on. Can't do it. Yeah, I'm kind of with you. Yeah, some of those early ones are.
What are we talking about? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the Ovation. Ovation.
The round bodies?
No, this was this was kind of before they really settled in on that.
I mean, people love them. I hated them. Another guitar, really hard to play sitting down.
Exactly. So
it's like
I liked them back in the 80s for a couple reasons. They actually were the only ones that were delivering really a good, I can go to a gig and plug this thing in, it's going to sound acoustically and good. And they were pretty bulletproof. And I liked the neck, but somewhere along the line, well, two things happened. Somewhere along the line, they didn't make them the same and they were not as good. And I also got a little tubbier, and then the bowl started, sliding.
Right.
And
it's like if you move, it was like a
playing
wave.
a flat top. So, there was a number of years ago, I would fill in for the worship leader in church, and I always thought
unplugged, the Ovation just sounded so thin. It was just a very thin sounding guitar. So I don't really like it.
Yeah. Preacher also. Yeah, I'm kind of with you. Again, I liked them back. What I miss about that company is everything is they had their own division that made strings, Cayman, and Cayman strings were unbelievable. I have never found guitar strings or bass strings especially, that are their equivalent. They were the shit. And when they went out of business, they sold the equipment, quit making them. They just simply do not exist anymore in any form, and that was a bummer.
Yeah, strings, man, they make a difference.
Well, yeah, I know you went through, when you were going through.
Oh, when I switched, so my Taylor, because it's the early Dreadnoughts, they always came with 13 gauge strings, right? And I'm old, man. My fingers are tired. I had surgeries. It was getting really hard to keep those strings down, So I switched to 12s, and I could not get a sound I liked from the Taylor. It's like, it sounds like garbage, man. And then eventually it was like, I'm just going to have to get my fingers stronger and put 13s back on it because it was the only way it sounded good. Maybe because I was just used to it. I don't know. But I almost for a good chunk of time, I just set it down and only play the Martin.
Huh,
So I don't know.
interesting.
They
Yeah,
make a difference.
I guess 12 is as high as I've ever gone on any of my acoustics, so I've never played with a 13. So
Oh my God, it's like playing a bridge cable.
yeah, I would imagine.
And just think what Stevie Ray Vaughan had 13 gauge strings on his electric.
That's hardcore.
Yeah.
Yep, I don't know. I think I think I've got one guitar with 9s. I think that's as low as I go on my electrics.
My
Most of mine are 10s.
I have one Jackson has 9s and the Strat has 9s and everything else has 10s.
Yeah, I pretty much I like the 10s. Cuz
Yeah.
I'm not a big bendy guy. Not I'm much of a lead guitarist anyway, but yeah, I play more chords and 10s. 10s work better for that.
What's on your acoustic?
12s.
Okay.
Yep. Do 12s on both of my.
What brand?
Well, I guess now I probably have 10s on my 12 string. Because
Yeah, I mean they only, I don't think they come in 12 string. I don't. Do they come in various gauges or you should say
I think
12
you've got.
strings?
I
Right?
think it's.
I think they're all the
10s
same.
or 11s is
Yeah,
your
yeah.
only choice. Yeah, because otherwise, yeah, the neck is.
I broke the high G string on my 12 string, and I haven't played it since. And I looked it up. It's just you can't really just buy. There's no place to buy single strings anymore. But I think I looked, and if like a B string on an electric would probably work. So I'm gonna try to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It's back in the day, you could buy singles and everything. But
Yeah.
again, when you get on match sets are important, especially on a 12, and that's one that like if I broke a string, I don't break strings, but if I did, I would probably just say screw it and replace the whole set.
Well, like last week I broke the G string on my new guitar. So I always, whenever I change my strings, I always keep all the strings that are still good in case of an emergency. Because I do agree when it's time to change strings, I just change the whole set. It was just like, I'm not ready to change the whole set. So I just added that on. And then I'll change the set probably over the weekend.
Yeah, that's legit.
Yeah, well, you're going to want thick strings on the Dobro, right? Because the action's super high on it.
Yeah,
you need
gotta
something
have
that resonates.
because and you're putting the slide on it, so yeah. Yeah. So he's a 46 to 10 guy. I basically all my guitars except for
Well, it really,
my Strat has 9.
like the 10s totally took over. Because it was always 9s until the 10s came in. Like, ooh, especially in rock meat, you know.
Well,
it's
a
got
lot of guys were
power.
playing the fucking 8s.
Yeah.
Again, that's one of those strings. And hey, those guys broke a lot of strings. Shocker, right?
Yeah.
They're tiny.
Auto tuners.
Well.
Oh, you ones that automatically tune the guitar?
Oh yeah. Well, it doesn't. Let's call it what it is. It don't take much to break the head off a Les Paul. They just, that's the one. That's a Gibson thing, If the headstocks on the SGs and Les Pauls, little fragile. They break with some regularity.
What are you doing that you're breaking the head off your guitar?
Well, I mean, people drop them or, they bang them and yeah, they snap. Yeah.
I smacked my guitar into the microphone stand.
Ugh, I
I
hate
got it. I
that.
got my first ding. But it's
Ugh.
like you don't mind a ding if you did it, you know?
Yeah, I
Like
still
Paul Vault
mind,
was,
but
I think it was Paul Vault saying he backed into someone's beautiful guitar,
ugh,
and that guy will never forget Paul Vault's face. You know, if he did it himself, he'd be like, that's part of the business. Having someone else ding up your guitar, that
oh,
hurts.
I may have told this story before, but I was working for Bonnie Raitt, and her guitarist had a '64 Firebird, and oh, this thing was so sexy. And they're doing the things, and it was in the guitar stand, but it was not in a good place on the stage because the roadies were moving stuff in and out, and so I moved it, and I put it back to get it out of the way. Well, their road manager comes along and like, hey, we want it set here, and I'm like, bro, that's not in a good place. He goes, oh, this is where we're gonna put it. So he put it there, and sure enough, not 5 minutes later, one of the other roadies stepped on a cable or something, pulled it off the stand, and snapped the neck the fuck off. And I mean, I'm like, oh no. The guitarist, to his credit, they got flowers and they had a little ceremony and put it in the case and everything. I would have fired the road manager. I would have fired I would have fired everybody. Because I mean,
Oh, you mean like, yeah, if I hire a guitar tech and they fuck up one of my guitars, yeah,
yeah, you gone,
that's the
bro.
whole, your whole position is to keep my
Yeah.
fucking guitar
Well,
safe.
again, it was so fucking preventable. That's the thing that just killed me. It was like it was obvious this was not in a good place. But oh my goodness, and it was such. That was my infatuation with Firebird started a long time ago. But man, and again, the way it broke. If you send it back to Gibson, maybe it got fixed, or a really experienced luthier might have been able to save it. But I don't think so.
I've only had, I had one guitar broke. It was like it was like a practice acoustic. It wasn't, it was like the acoustic before I got my first like acoustic guitar. And my cousin pushed me and I sat on it and it broke. And then my Martin, the D15, I had to bring it in, and then some of the bracings had come off, and they had to fix it.
Yeah, that can happen.
Yeah, but it was, it's a pain in the ass. It was covered, but to get an actual Martin luthier, like I had to drive way out on Long Island. It was like an hour and a half drive to this guy, and his house was just filled with like Martins from all over the world, which must be a cool thing. But he fixed it up good.
That's good. Yeah, I mean, those braces do let loose every once in a while. Yeah, it's not good when things. I've been very fortunate. I've never had any. I mean, who's had this? If you play guitar any length of time, where the strap lets loose and you have to do the quick guitar grab because, and that can
Well,
be
when I
dangerous.
play live, I always had a strap lock, and I've been sitting now for a long time.
Yeah, that's the thing. None of my guitars have
I don't
strap
even
locks
wear a
anymore.
strap anymore. Yeah, but
Well,
sometimes I should.
at a minimum, I always went to those pointy triangular strap buttons on the guitar because those are, they're the best you can do without the strap locks,
Okay.
and and those serve me pretty well. But I'm kind of like you. I sit and play anymore. I don't play standing up much anymore.
Ugh, like I hope they have a stool when I go to play with Michael.
That's
Like, I
right.
ain't got a
I'm
stand.
old. I need a stool. Well, maybe you should just bring a stool.
Well, it's not just that. Here's my thing. Like, for the most part, you're standing for them. Like, uh,
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, oh, I don't care. I'm gonna play.
exactly.
I keep looking for, a higher stool thing that I can put in the office here, and just rather than get rid of the big office chair for playing live. But I haven't done it yet.
Like
Haven't
this
found
chair I have, it needs to go.
Yeah.
It's pretty beat up. But what I do love is like see the arms go down.
Yeah.
And that's, like huge. Otherwise, like if you have to get the one that doesn't have the executive arms, that has really short arms and stuff. But I like that these drop down. And then
Yeah, no, that would be good. I need an office chair that either doesn't have arms or it's got the drop ones. I don't know where I've had this chair so long, I don't know where the hell, but it's, you can hear it.
Yeah, you can hear.
Squeaky.
But like mine, I'm going to have to take duct tape to the seat pretty soon because, it's unfortunately it's a bad place to keep acoustic guitars. It's the humidity's a little low down here, so you get a lot of dry rot, and like all the fake leather on the chair is peeling away, and it's gonna get everywhere. So I'm gonna have to tape it because I can't handle trying to find a new chair right now.
Yeah, I started looking, and I don't know. Again, I went
Too many choices.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was sitting on some, and here's why. And I'm never buying a chair at Office Depot because this bitch. I'm in there and I'm just kind of parking my butt on a couple chairs, and just she walks by, some old broad. She goes, "Well, that chair is only for sitting for a couple hours, and you're too big for it."
Really?
She actually said that, and she walked out because I was like stunned. And I thought, well, you fucking bitch. Well, I looked at the chair and it was like rated for 4 hours or something. Okay, true. I'm going to sit in the chair sometimes longer for 4 hours. But I looked at the weight capacity on the chair and it's like, how much do you think I weigh, you fucking bitch? I wasn't even close. Like, the chair had a capacity that was like 75 pounds more than I weigh.
Well,
and
you
she
were
went in
pretty
the back
close.
because I would have said, "You fucking bitch! Are you kidding me?" But I'm just never buying a chair from Office Depot.
Well,
because
I mean,
of
here's
that.
the whole point of sales. In case no one gave the briefing,
Yeah.
the whole point is to get people to buy shit. So,
and not insult them.
we expect our salespeople to kiss our ass and lie to us. That is what we want. It's kind of.
Well, and that's.
I went for a pair of
she
glasses
wasn't
one
even
time.
right.
No, it was terrible. It was terrible. I went for a pair of glasses one time, and that part sucks because I'm like, if I take my glasses off, I can't see shit. Now I'm putting on a pair of frames, and I'm like, what do you think? I'm like, I can't see shit. I don't have my glasses, and I was very stressed out and getting a new pair of glasses, and I was like, I don't know. Let me just get what I'm used to. And not stupid. She was lovely. She was young. She was very nice and sweet. And she was like, I think you really look really good in those glasses. And in my brain, I went, damn it, I'm going to buy them now. Just because she said
got
that.
me. Yeah,
And I did. But they were all right. But
too funny.
she did her job very well. She didn't say, hey, I think your nose is too big for those glasses.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, nice honker head, and you don't have to need the fake mustache.
Yeah.
Well, here's the deal. I mean, if you found a $50 chair that works for you, if it lasts a couple years, who the fuck cares? It was $50. Go get another $50 chair. There are some times that paying the money doesn't make sense. And I mean, I'm looking at $300 and $400 office chairs there at the Office Depot, and I didn't like any of them. The only chair that I thought I kind of liked was like an $80 chair, but I didn't love it enough to buy it. Maybe I'll go to Walmart and look at some chairs.
Yeah. I would love to find, like, my favorite thing to play on is the traditional full height bar stool because
Yes.
it has that brace that is just perfect to rest your leg on. Because I don't play with both feet flat on the ground. I use a pedal. I use like a classical guitar pedal, and I play with the guitar between my legs, not resting on one. So, like, that's really important for me, and I have to take a pedal with me, a footrest everywhere I go. It's a pain in the ass. So, if I found a good chair that gave me some place to put my foot, I
Yeah,
would be
the
very,
foot thing is
I would,
important.
I would like that a lot.
This chair has, the rollers and everything, but they're up enough, and I put my foot on it, my right foot on it, and then it raises that right knee up just a little bit, and it's good.
No, mine's significant. My,
Yeah, no, if you have that classical footrest, yeah, that's a good 6 inches, right?
and I've tried not to use it because it sucks, man. Like, where's my footrest? And I really have difficulty playing in a relaxed, as they call it, position.
Yeah, I can see that. I just play. Well, here's what we've done. Enough good. I think,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken, Frank Terzo plays a Martin in this video. So let's play Frank Terzo's new one real quick and allow everybody to refresh their beverage and enjoy some, brand new Frank. This came out literally a couple hours ago. And I think he's had this song out, but it's the brand new video for it. And he premiered it tonight at, 6:30 or something my time. But this is called A Million Stars Away from Frank Terzo.
Pain and sorrow to the core.
Hey, little Frank going on there. Very cool. That's a cool video. I like that a lot. And it's a great song. Um, so we'll probably play one more tonight. We'll probably go out tonight with Gordon Lee Waver's new song, but want to get that one in because I was there for the premiere. Got slid in right with 1 minute left, and so yeah, good tune. Anywho, and Dom will be joining us momentarily again, but thanks for everybody coming to the second part of the evening tonight. The sequel. This time it's personal. In case you joined us a little late, we played a video that we think got us bumped off. We violated somebody's personal space. Dennis, somebody who used to be with Styx. But let's review. Such a clown, he got fired from Styx. So screw that guy. And want to thank Lori for the suggestion of playing that video. Never suggest anything on this channel again, Lori. That was brutal and unexpected. I mean, again, who knew, right? Well, we know now. I'm going to drink a little water. Excuse me, I'm still drinking coffee and water. Because tomorrow night is have a little whiskey night. Yes, I agree with that 100%. We did offend the planet with that video.
It needed to be done, folks. It needed to be done.
Yeah, I guess.
Are you going to G's?
Yeah, it's my plan to go Saturday. I got nothing better to do.
I'm a little cautious.
Okay.
It is the night before Easter.
Oh, yeah. We don't have any plans for Easter per se. I should. Again, what a dummy! Had I been thinking, I would have bought something for Easter dinner when I went shopping tonight. But I didn't think that far ahead. So
I think my wife's making lamb chops.
Nice.
But we're going out to eat on Saturday with our family. So it's like, ooh, 2 good dinner nights in a row. It's a busy weekend, actually. Like, my little guy, it's his football parade on Saturday at 8 a.m.
Yeah.
But so we put him in a different league this year. So he just started in a new league. He's super happy.
Yep, his football coming up.
Yeah, total jock.
Yeah, I think
so we got like shit all weekend. So
yeah, it's supposed to be actually pretty crappy here this weekend, weather-wise, because otherwise we'd be gardening. So I'll be hang out on Chad's show a little bit Saturday and play G's Saturday night. What I should make is I should go get some Cornish game hens and smoke those for dinner Sunday. Yeah, those are because we just prime rib and some of those other things that people traditionally eat on that. Prime rib is too fatty for us. We don't eat that anymore. So yeah, I'll get some Cornish game hens and I'll smoke them and they'll be good. I'm also going to smoke salmon tomorrow, and I'm going to make salmon and cream cheese crepes for dinner with hollandaise sauce. And that will be, unless I make béarnaise sauce. I don't know.
Do you make your own hollandaise?
Yes, sometimes
then
I
it's
do.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I've also cheated and used the packages, but it's not that hard to make, and it's homemade.
It's not that hard to make, but very easy to break, as we've all
Yes.
experienced.
Yeah, I've.
There's nothing worse than a broken hollandaise sauce. Oh.
Yeah, not good. I probably made it from scratch 7 or 8 times, and I've broken it once, and yeah, it was like crap. So I quick grabbed a package and.
We're having Chinese food tonight, I've heard. Tomorrow night.
Be good.
Or tonight, yeah. I don't know. This is what we do in our house.
Yeah.
It's something I drives my wife absolutely crazy because she is the main cook. But when I was a kid, like when I was leaving for school, I'd be like, "Hey, Ma, what's for dinner?" And by God, whatever she said is what she made for dinner that night. And then, like, I'm like, that's love. When, when like 10 hours in advance, you know what you're making for dinner. So I do it to my wife all the time. What do we have for dinner tonight? And she's like, oh, fuck yourself. Like,
Well,
I work for a living.
I drive my wife nuts like that, but in the different way because I'm the, what do you want to have for dinner? And I'll
What do you
say,
want, right?
hey, we're eating dinner. I'm like, all right, tomorrow night I think I'm doing this. She goes, we're not even finished with dinner tonight. I said, I know, but I got a plan because, if this, I can't just pop this off I might need ingredients. And so, yeah, and I haven't made crepes for her for a while. So I'm going to make a nice fluffy.
Do you do
light-
multiple pans at the same time or you do one at a time?
I just do one because
Okay.
again, you got to have a really good pan, and
Yeah.
some of my pans are. I need a new set of pans because I use them every day, and they're a little beat up. They're really good pans, but their nonstick is not as non-sticky anymore.
My wife she swears by her trusty old 10-inch cast iron. If you don't grab it, it will snap your wrist. And like guitar players should not pick up a cast iron pan.
Yeah, I love my cast iron too, but
They're
it's
good,
got
but she
certain
makes
jobs.
everything in it. It was like, oh,
Yeah, no. I keep mine is reserved for when the snow's flying and I can't get out and grill. Then indoors,
right,
with the
right.
cast iron.
yeah, super hot oven. You throw your steak in there after you sear it and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly, and it's delicious. But see, there's the kind of food talk Dog Paw can get behind.
Yeah.
Steak and cast
Actually,
iron.
remember that show Mad Men that was on TV? There was like someone had gotten me or I don't know whoever I was with. It was the Mad Men cookbook, and inside it was Trudy. She was one of the characters. Recipe for ribeye with brown butter, like whiskey sauce, and it was like or brown butter bourbon sauce. And
I make
it's
that.
so fucking good, man. It's
Oh,
really good. And and that's you put it in the oven. It's the only steak I put in the oven because that's Trudy did.
Yeah, but that brown butter bourbon sauce is
Yeah,
it's a
it's
nice
really good.
change. Just adds that little bit to the steak. Yeah, I do. I drink more bourbon than I cook with, but I cook with bourbon with so it's good sometimes.
Yeah, it's less bottles, but I now that I've been drinking whiskey and bourbon a little more regularly, yeah, the bottles go kind of fast, and it's like you drink a beer and the bottle's empty, you don't think about it. But when you open a bottle of whiskey and then you look at it like a day or two later, and like, oh my God, like
Yeah.
that's expensive. That's
Yeah, that
you get a little
that
worried
doesn't
about
happen to
that.
me that often, but yeah, it has happened to me. Every once in a while, I'm like, damn. So we went through that. Well, usually what happened is my sister-in-law came over. God, that bitch can drink
There
whiskey.
you go, blame it on her.
I have empirical evidence because I know how much I go through when it's just me, and when she comes over, the evaporation rate gets a lot more heavy.
Yeah.
God, when we went to Christmas down in Salida, there, all of us, we brought some nice whiskeys because it's Christmas. And that first night, we, between my oldest son and her, and don't kid yourself, I pulled my weight. But man, we killed off half of two really good bottles that first night. I'm like, we had to go find the local place.
My
That's
I
right.
I forget I think it was my mother-in-law's birthday, and my wife's family came over, And her brother is what I would call a very determined drinker, you know? He's very good at it. And he likes rum.
Oh yeah.
So I bought like rock gut rum. It's pretty much, he buys in the big bottles for. And so I made sure I had some kind of rum for him. And then it was right when I was telling you I got a new whiskey. It was called Bronx Bull. It was distilled in Yonkers. It was really good. It was like 46 a bottle. And I had like maybe 6 ounces out of it. And then that day happened, and after they left, I was like, "Oh my God!" It was gone. I was like, like I put cheap rum right out front that he could see, but he was like, I'm drinking the whiskey." That was rough, man, because
Yeah.
I make very light drinks. He makes pretty heavy drinks.
Pretty heavy ones, huh?
The only time I ever got sick drinking was with him.
Yeah.
And it wasn't because of the alcohol. It was because I knew I couldn't keep up. So I was drinking Seagram 7 and ginger ale. And I must have drank like 3 liters of ginger ale. And the next day, the acid reflux I couldn't get out of bed. It's like,
ginger ale, but man, you can't drink that much. Oh my God.
I was just trying not to be a puss. Next time I'll just be a puss. And say,
Just
no,
be a
I can't
puss.
do
Yeah,
it.
they're guys that you just shouldn't drink with. I get it. Well, interestingly enough, Weed Skeeter, we went away for a little bit too.
Yeah.
You were gone.
Oh, welcome back. First one in. First and last. First
Yeah,
and last.
yeah. YouTube threw us off for a bit, but we came back.
What's Bolvaline? Yeah, I ain't buying something that's $200 a bottle.
Double wood. I wonder what the wood is. Yeah, that's the thing.
I've been given some, so if I know anyone who's gonna I don't buy I've never bought a bottle of Johnny Walker Blue, but I am a contractor, and a lot of people give you liquor over the season, and I went like 10 years, and all I got was vodka, 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 and the one day I said it. Guy handed Merry Christmas, and I was like, "Thank you very much." I really prefer whiskey. And ever since that day, it was like, all you got to do is say what you want, and they will bring it.
People bring it. Yeah, isn't that nice? Well,
I was like, I thought it was the nice thing to do. Someone's giving you a gift that you like. I have like 100 bottles of vodka. Like, just I don't drink it.
No, my wife's former boss, she killed herself with that company, and they were such jackasses. So they were really generous and gave her a bonus of 2 cases of, Tito's vodka. We gave it to, we given it to the fucking mailman, and we finally, and she hasn't worked for that company for 7 years now. We are finally down to the last bottle.
Okay.
And the only reason we got that far is because I did develop a pretty tasty summer vodka drink. But, I mean, I can't.
Good night, Lori.
I'm not a big vodka guy.
I would just like to say this as a public service announcement. If there's anyone here who owns a company, a corporation, or pays any other people, the only reason people work is for money. Don't give gifts. Give money. Just give money. Don't give people stupid things people don't care about. Just if
That's right. The bonus, just slap some.
Give them the money.
You could buy, a really nice thing and spend $100 on it, or you could give them a $50 bill, and they'd appreciate the $50 bill.
I'd rather have the 50. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's all they care about.
Yep, totally. Well, this boss gets it. She bonuses my wife in that fashion. So
I know, but still,
that's good.
She probably still, even though he takes care of her, she probably still would have rather had the value of the vodka
Oh, no
than
question.
the
It was like,
actual vodka. Like,
you know,
isn't that a weird present too for an employee to give? Here's 2 cases
they
of
were all
alcohol.
drunks. My wife's not much of a drinker, so drinks a lot less than I do, even. So that tells you. Like, what was it, a couple weeks ago? Kind of in her birthday thing, she had 2 whole drinks, and she was like, "Whoa!"
I gotta say, my wife likes a wine. We have fun. We definitely have fun when we're hanging out together. It's usually a shit show, but it's good stuff.
Yeah, that's fun stuff. I like wine. I wish I could still drink it, but I can't.
Like I said, I have to do it sporadically because at a certain age, my body said, "You don't like sulfites anymore. We're going to give you a headache every time you do it."
Yeah.
So I have to pace myself.
Yeah. Now my right knee says, "Hey,
Oh, you've gout,
you don't,
right? Yeah,
you
got
don't
the
have
gout.
gout issues, unless you drink me, in which case, yeah."
Yeah, man, that shit sucks.
Well, that's it. I hadn't had any gout issues in like 6, 7 years, and got for our anniversary, got crazy. We were in a really nice restaurant. I said, I'm gonna have a couple nice red wines, and then I spent all the next day with a fucking giant ice pack on my knee, going, well, that's right. That's why I don't drink wine.
I think the difference between being old and being young is when you're young, you just don't connect the dots
Yes.
of all the things that fuck you up. When you're older, you actually go, oh, cause effect, cause effect, and then you start upset, and then you start thinking about it like, I can't do this now,
That's gotta go.
Like someone came in my office today and I'm like, hey man, have you ever tried pumpkin seeds? I'm like, get the fuck out of my face.
Oh, man.
I'm like, what disease does your wife think you now have that you're actually walking around with a fucking big bag of pumpkin seeds? Get out of here.
Yeah. Yeah, there's all.
They'll probably live longer than me, but
Well, maybe not.
I ain't walking around with seeds.
Yeah. Well, again.
Oh, Gordon. That's a song title.
There you
Because
go.
everything is affecting me.
There you go. Come here, get inspired. That would be a great song because everything.
I had a great arc for a song. It's a big, long, sweeping story song, and I think it's so good. I'm not actually going to say it,
There you go.
but I don't think I'll ever write it. So maybe in like 3 weeks I'll tell you what it was. But I think it's
It's
a
not
good
going to happen.
story.
So here you go.
Story songs are tough unless the story just like if I tell a story song, it kind of just unfolds.
Mm-hmm.
I don't actually write it. If I have to think about, that's
The arc
a
and
lot of
everything.
work.
Yeah. Who needs the work, right? Well, I am going to suggest
We kill it.
I kill this stream by.
Playing Dennis DeYoung.
Yeah, no. What I'm gonna do is we're gonna go out on a high note. We're gonna play Gordon Lee Weaver, and we'll play a good song, and that will be the right way to end the night. So let me get this.
Well, I have to
fired up.
apologize then because we should have played your song.
Well, I'm gonna
But
say
I agree with Gordon as well.
yeah. Well, and I think Lori, she's a little. She's a
If
little
anyone
nervous about
hasn't
that
seen
song.
Lori, Chris, and PJ Kobe and James doing Blue Collar Man, it's phenomenal. And my first comment, Chris, about the song was what? Do you remember?
I'd have to go look at my phone. No, I don't.
My first comment was, did you get the hard hat from your son? Because Chris and I are friends, and I know Chris's son works in concrete, so he would be a guy to have a white hard hat.
that's
And he was
exactly-
like, He was like, yeah.
He gave me the yellow safety vest too, but I didn't end up wearing it for the video. I just went with the flannel.
You don't just have a white construction hat lying around.
Yeah, exactly.
That's for a supervisor, an engineer,
interestingly enough,
project manager.
I did have hard hats. I had a yellow and a red one for years in my garage, and I finally got rid of them a couple years ago. And then I decided I needed them, so I called the kid and went, "Hey, next time you come by, can I borrow your hard hat?" He goes, "Yeah, sure."
And so what I'm saying is, if you haven't seen it already, you should go check it out. Because I got to say, it was a phenomenal vocal, Chris. It was like,
thank you.
It was very good. I really enjoyed it. I mean, everyone was good, but your vocal was phenomenal.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate it. I've always been a huge Styx fan and a huge Tommy Shaw fan, so I wanted to do it and do the
it was a good pocket for your voice because you like the whole song. You were up in your register and it sounded very good.
Yeah, well, thank you. I appreciate that. All right. Well, now that we've talked about me,
Gordon Lever.
Yeah, now we're going to do
Weaver.
And this song just came out literally a couple days ago. So this is the latest and greatest from our good friend Gordon Lee Weaver. And
are we playing this out and then leaving?
How do you want to play this, Dom?
I'm hammered, so.
So that's how Dom wants to do it.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here now. I should go to bed, but I'm here now. I'm not going to work tomorrow. I am working from home tomorrow.
Well, I think we'll play us out on this song, and maybe I'll
do our
cue
good
the other
nights.
one up for afterwards. But I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, let's do that. We'll do back to back. We will play this song. We will come back and say our good nights, and then we will go out with Blue Collar Man from
say that
Chris Lane, Laurie's Mishmash, PJ Kobe, and James Myers.
Okay, all right. Well, here we go. Little Gordon Lee Weaver. Just let them be.
See around me, the good, the bad, the ugly. So many people, got love, got hate, let them be. Love to cruise the King's Highway, top down blue sky, makes my day. Road rage, punk almost hits me. The win awards, numb my name. Screams out with all his anger, nasty insults uncalled for. Not my show, not my monkeys. Let it go, just let them be. I see around me the good, the bad, the ugly. So many people, got love, got hate, let them be. Was on sale, got in line lots of shoppers. My turn and the last TV. Karen behind me grabbed it. She shrieked that I had pushed her. I won't fight for her TV. Rather keep my dignity. Let it go, just let them be. No more stress, won't protest, just fearless. Mind is clear, no more fear. My best year, confident, calm intent, no torment. No more stress, won't protest, just fearless. Mind is clear, no more fear. My best year, confident, calm intent, no torment. No more stress, won't protest, just fearless. Mind is clear, no more fear. My best year, confident, the ugly. So many people got love, got hate, let them be. I see around me the good, the bad, the ugly. So many people got love, got hate, let them be.
Damn, man. I will
That's
say
cool,
that was the
right?
first time I heard it, Gordon. That's fucking really good. That's a really good tune.
You guys
So,
see why I like Gordon Lee Weaver so much. He writes really clever lyrics, and that
yeah.
was cool.
I haven't been around much. And what I really, really liked was the total mix of genres. Like,
Yeah.
it was a very punk vocal. Like, it was like almost Sex Pistols, like PIL, very direct and hard. And you know, like kind of new wavy guitar sounds.
Yeah.
The bass line that when there was the sudden stop when he did, you know, the little, and the bass line that came back into it was phenomenal.
Cool.
That was really
Well,
cool.
and the
I was really
chorus,
impressed.
too,
I liked
had
it
a
a lot.
very ELO vocal feel to it, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
there was just a lot of different elements into it.
Yeah,
you
the
know?
solo
You
was
can
good.
tell, like he's lived a life through genres of music,
Yeah.
and he's kind of homogenized it all back into his own, which is really cool. So yeah, it was really good. I
That's
really
good
liked
stuff.
it.
So I knew you guys would like that one because, yeah, I'm a big fan. And Suck It Up, Buttercup. I sing that song every day.
Yeah, it was cool. It was a cool tune.
Yeah, good
It had a
stuff.
nice movement, you know, nice peaks and valleys. Really cool. Really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, both shows were fun. This show is ending way better than the first part of the stream did because, you know.
I thought
You
the
do.
first you cannot that was quite an ending of the first half of
Yeah, it was.
the happy hour. Upon my return, I haven't returned. I'm not going to do this all the time.
Yeah,
But,
no, this is us. But when we know Dom's going to be on. It's going to be Dom and Chris, same as always, and then otherwise it's Chris and friends. So Dom knew he was going to be around tonight because of work and this weekend. So Dom was on, and we had a great time, and it was great hanging out. with
Thank you
a
for
full
having
time.
me, Christopher.
Well, yeah, thank you for having you.
And
on
I'm
your
sorry
own
for all
fucking
those
show.
mean people in my chat room. I don't know.
Eh, you know, the one guy. Hey, he got the hammer and he deserved it. So, but other than that.
You kind of expect it from Ray. I don't think he's really socially
Oh no, I was talking about
adjusted.
the other guy. With
Yeah,
the,
that guy is.
yeah,
But
Ray is-
David shot him down.
yeah, David got him hammered good. But yeah, Ray. Well, Ray is Ray.
I think
God
sometimes Ray just doesn't think. Well, we're here for you. He had some hardships. As the time that Justine was going through quite a horrific ordeal,
bless.
Ray's house burned down as well,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
parts of
2
it.
weeks
you know?
later or something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. So yeah, it was not good. So yeah, there's always something going on in people's lives. So anyway, well, Dom, great hanging out with you. All
You
the
too,
people in the
Christopher.
chat from the first chat
Yes,
and everybody that made it over to the
chatters,
second.
Chatters.
You guys rock. Great hanging out with you.
I'm going to go have a sandwich and then go to bed.
I'm gonna do the same, but I will play this song first.
You got it ready?
Thanks for coming, guys, and good night, everybody.
Good night. See you soon. Good night.
Good night, everyone. Sleep tight.
Sleep tight.
It ain't the way you move. It ain't the way that you move me. I know. It ain't the way you shake. It ain't the way that you shake me. I know. I spent 25 years, I'm a kid on the run. I gotta pick up a action. Don't tell me you love me. Don't tell me you love me. Don't tell me I don't wanna know. Don't tell me you love me. Don't tell me you love me. Don't tell me I don't wanna know. I love the way you